Hello, Jane's Weather subscribers. Welcome to another update from me. It is Friday, the 23rd of February. Today, we do have a bit of a system up here in northeast Queensland that's pushing a lot of moisture and a lot of rain into the coast there. There is Cyclone Lincoln, who's about to redevelop, that is up in the northwest and going to take a path in through here, producing significant rain. Meanwhile, this system is moving across the southeast, cooler air in behind it after the extreme heat in Victoria yesterday. That heat shifts to New South Wales today, and then a cool change makes its way up, with a big storm arriving in Sydney just in time for Tay-Tay this evening. Okay, so let's have a look at the tropical cyclone first of all. So this will probably become Lincoln for a second time. So currently a tropical low, but expected to become a Category 1 by later today. And this is the path that is most likely at the moment. So this is the guidance on Friday morning, reaching Category 2 before it comes ashore somewhere between Coral Bay and about Carnarvon, and then rapidly decreasing, dissipating as it moves inland. But again, that is a juicy ball of moisture that will produce a lot of significant rain for those who are in the rest of the path as that moves inland. So let's have a look at that. Here we have just up the top here, there it is, 998 this morning. We've got this system coming in through here. Now, we do have a dotted line the entire way, but there is limited connection to that, so there's not a lot of moisture. You saw when this one moved across Victoria, it produced some light rain, but nothing really heavy. It will increase as it moves through New South Wales today. However, here is our 8 days, so our next week really of rainfall. A lot across the top, and I'll explain that in a second. We've got this one coming down in through here. So this is the path of the remains of the cyclone as it moves across Western Australia. Not really reaching the southwest, just brushing there. This is more of an inland feature as it comes through all these areas here before moving offshore. Here is this working its way up the coast today into tomorrow. Lots of activity up the top. And then this could be another significant rain event that's going to come down towards the south, so we'll see where that ends up going. Okay, let's have a look at day one, which is Friday. Here is all of this coming ashore in through here, northeastern parts of Queensland getting soaked from that one. This one's still offshore, so no impacts today. This is moving across the southeast here, showers and storms as this trough and cold front makes its way up the east coast there. Heading into Saturday, this is still going in Queensland. This one is starting to move ashore here, so this is Saturday coming into the west, moving right inland as well, so some of that rain reaching here by the end of the day. This one completely gone for Victoria. In fact, we've got warmer weather on the way. This one working its way up the east coast. Heading into Sunday, warmth in the southeast. Here are the showers and thunderstorms from this one, but we're starting to take a bit of a break again in that northeastern quarter. Meanwhile, this is the rain from that cyclone that is moving through the western parts of the country here. Heading into Monday, this is the remains of that, heading offshore. Nothing really happening through here. Cool change coming in. And then this is showers and storm activity. So heading into day 5, this is this moving off the coast. Then we've got this starting to move up here. Let's have a look at that. That is likely to intensify, so a fair bit of wet weather moving in through there. Now, why is that the case? Let's have a look at this one, which is the MJO, the Madden-Julian Oscillation. This is showing us that we are heading back towards Australia. We're going to have an increase in tropical moisture as we move through the end part of the month. So do keep that in mind. And here it is in action later on. So this is later next week. Now, some models do have this then dipping down into perhaps the eastern parts of WA, perhaps South Australia, perhaps even coming into the southeast. So this is more than a week away now, but something to keep an eye on. This is a bit of a heads up. Okay, so let's have a look as we go day by day. This is, week by week. So this is week 1 beginning on Monday. So this is our temperature profile. Is it above or below average overall across the entire week? And you're noticing a large area of heat that is in through here. We're seeing heat disappearing in the southeast early on, but then really coming back Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe into Thursday before the next change comes through. So there is some heat to deal with in through here. This one is cooler. We've got all that cloud cover and that increased wet weather that's moving in. And over in the southwest, a bit of a mixed bag there. Okay, heading into the precipitation part of next week. Again, starting on Monday, going right through to Sunday. Here is all of that increased wet weather activity here and the potential for something to come down. So this one here was across the weekend, Saturday, Sunday into Monday. So that's the remains of that heading through. So by Monday that is gone, but just before that we had increased wet weather there. Here is the next one potentially coming down into South Australia. Here is a bit of a drier spell here in the east coast. Interesting. Let's head into week 2, which is well into March. So we begin on Monday the 4th of March, week 2. Heat moving in through here, cooler air in through here, cooler air across the top, heat rebuilding in the southwest. Let's have a look at the moisture profile with that. And We saw all of that coming in through here, and then the potential for something to come down. So this shows us that it is maybe eastern parts of Western Australia and then South Australia that may get that. So that is definitely something to watch on the horizon, about a week away plus the time beyond that. Okay, having a look at that MJO, we saw that that one is coming back over to here, so that is increasing the tropics. But a quick look at what is happening in terms of the Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean. This one here is the Pacific Ocean. This indicates that we are still in El Nino. It is happening. And as soon as you saw the southern annular mode taking a little bit of a break and not sending all of that moisture into the southeast, yes, we turned hot. Whenever our winds could turn northerly, yes, we turned quite dry. Bushfires sprung up. So it can take over very quickly as soon as we don't get that rain coming from a different source. So here is our El Nino. It is weakening as we go through autumn here. We have 1, 2, maybe 3 models crossing over into that threshold for wetter conditions, i.e. La Nina. Now, this is one piece of the puzzle, what the Pacific Ocean is doing, but you will notice that all of them are taking a bit of a downward trajectory, and that is how it has been for the past couple of weeks, maybe even month or two now. So we're starting to see regular week on week doing the same sort of thing here, which does improve the confidence in that one. Let's head over to the Indian Ocean, because that's saying a completely different story. So here we are, we've come out of our positive Indian Ocean dipole as the monsoon took over. There we're down here now, and we're looking at potentially going back up. We've got 1, 2, 3 models that are crossing that threshold to become drier. So this is a positive Indian Ocean dipole. So what that means is the Pacific Ocean, that is likely to push moisture in our direction, whereas the Indian Ocean likely to push moisture away from Australia. So that's 2 competing that are showing different things. One's pushing it away. So 2 very different outlooks for those oceans. So the Pacific Ocean may give us some rain, the Indian Ocean may not. Now the Indian Ocean is what is responsible for those juicy northwest cloud bands. So if you're in southern Australia and depend on that as we go through winter, maybe we may be seeing less of those if this is right and we do go back into positive. Okay, let's have a look at janesweather.com. Here we are on the Pro consensus, so our new upgrade there. This one takes account of the observation. So it's not just a straight average of the weather models. Now it has learnt from conditions at that particular site and has adapted the forecast to be like that. Now I've chosen Townsville. Let's just pop back up here to, sorry about your eyes for 1 second. Here we go, our 8-day rain map. So I've chosen here just because we've got some big falls coming in. So let's have a look at that in action. We've chosen Townsville. We're on the Pro consensus, and I'll expand this out. So you can see here's what all the different weather models are suggesting, all those different pastel colored lines there. And then the red line here is what the overall consensus is, knowing what has occurred in the past. So each time we've had a weather system like this, it has gone, oh, okay, so when we do that, the temperature is actually this. And so it has adapted it to it. So you'll notice that it's using these higher values rather than the lower values in through here, 27, 28 as we go through. So let's have a look at the rainfall. That's really why we're here. Today, 6 to 28 millimetres still to come, has already been 30 millimetres overnight into the morning. We've got an easterly wind, but there's nothing overly strong there. Heading into Saturday, this is when the big falls are, 2 to 171. Now, you'll notice that is a massive, massive spread, a massive, massive range. What that means is one model thinks only 2 millimetres, one model thinks 171 millimetres. Now we can see which one it is. It's the pink one here, which is Canada, GEM. It's this model here. However, the blue one, the aqua coloured one in through there, that's still got some pretty big falls. That's the Euro model. We do have good confidence with the Euro model. That's generally one that does quite a good job. However, here in Australia, the Australian model also does a really good job in the short term, and you'll notice that that essentially peters out as we go into the early hours of the morning. So Australia, for Townsville in particular, doesn't have the big falls tomorrow, whereas the other ones do. So this is why we always have a look at what the spread is, have a look at what all the different guidance is showing, and then we take the average, the machine learning and AI adapted average of that. Now, having a look as we go through, as we head into Sunday here, I'll take these down, we're only looking at 0 to 14 millimetres, 1 to 5 millimetres as we go through Monday. So the big falls are definitely today, and then it is lighter falls from here on out, and the warmer temperatures that come with it. Let me expand that back out again. You can see this in action. Let's go through to Monday. Here we have At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you've got the model suggesting 27 to 28 degrees, but our model is going with 29 because that is what it has adapted to. It has learnt from those local conditions and it knows that in this situation, 29 is more likely. That's it from me here today. If you haven't signed up for Jane's Weather Pro, the new beta trial, what are you waiting for? Head to the website. You can click and join the trial there. I'll send you a personalised invite, and then you can have a look at all of this data here and set your weather station up too. It's free for now. You've got a trial for the first month while we sort everything out, and you can come along on the journey with us and help us develop it to be exactly what you need. I'll see you next week. Bye.